we've created a small map which is not to scale, but is to highlight some of the areas that bore the brunt of the recent rains flooding. We've divided Accra into three main portions, right? So this is the eastern part, this is the central, and this is the western part. In the eastern enclave, Tema Metropolis had some very interesting flooding. For example, Tema Community 5 had some flooding incidents in a place called Church Village, near PUV or being roundabout. Then there was also flooding around Klagon. So essentially from Lashibi towards the motorway, there's a community called Klagon. There was flooding there. So if you look at this red part, Ajay, Kojo, Sakumono areas also got massively flooded. We remember that area has been a question of some demolition because of a Ramsar site there. So if you look at the eastern part, Tema, that is the only planned city in Ghana, ought not to be flooding. But you have Church Village got flooded. We had Community 22, parts of Lashibi, all getting flooded. Particularly Klagon got flooded as well. We'll show you a video shortly on this. Then we also had the central parts of Accra, the usual suspect. In 1995, when I was in JSS 3, there was a massive rain that flooded parts of Alajo. People died. Even Sikap's Hotel, which is when you're driving towards Shiashi, also got flooded. So this is the usual Odo channel where there's a lot of flooding, right? So Alajo is there. Odo near Adabraka is also a flood-prone area where the Circle disaster occurred. Kaneshi sometimes get flooded as well. So this is the central Accra flooding channel. So that's the deep red here. Then we also have the western part of Accra that gets flooded when it rains. These days, whether it's the spillage of the Wager Dam that causes Tetegu to flood, or the road between Old Barrier and SCC that gets flooded all the time, or Pambros, Dansoman, Otojo areas, Snake Flats area, there's a western part of Accra that's also getting flooded. So you're having three main flood points: the western side, the central side, the eastern side. And then to make matters worse, there's a new developing flooding area which is at the foothills of the Ekwapim Mountain. So you're having places like Oyarefa, Abokobi Pantan, Old Ashoman, they call it Abloaje, coming to places called Pure Water, all through to Ahmadiyya. Then you have Agbogba, parts of Hacho. So this is the centralized part. Then there's Lakeside Majo and Ashaliboche. There's some place they call East Legon Hills, all through to parts of Santor. So that's the orange bit in between the eastern flood corridor and what is the central safe zone. So it seems to me as though we are having a lot more flooding incidents across the country. Let me take you around the capital quickly. Let's start from Tema. All right. PV being run about Community 5 is not a place you expect a lot of flooding.